Welcome to Yatimkhana and Madrasa Anjuman Khairul Islam's Pune College of Art, Science and Commerce Camp Pune 1. Myself, Dr. Arif Tamboli, working as Associate Professor in the Department of Electronic Science. Students, today we are going to study anti-log amplifier using PN junction diode and operational amplifier. So the title is anti-log amplifier using PN junction diode and operational amplifier. In the previous lecture, we have studied log amplifier by using PN junction diode and operational amplifier. So if you remember, in log amplifier, PN junction diode was used in feedback path here, and this resistor which is now in feedback path, it was here. So it is just opposite, like log and anti-log actions, or similarly integrator and differentiator. In case of integrator, in feedback path there is a capacitor and input resistance Rn is there. But if you talk about differentiator, at the input capacitor comes and feedback resistor will be there. So resistor will be replaced by a capacitor and capacitor will be replaced by a resistor. Like that here only, in case of anti-log amplifier, so the diode is a log element that we have studied in the previous lecture. So diode comes in the beginning. In case of anti-log amplifier, diode comes in the beginning. So look at the diagram very carefully. The input voltage V in, of course DC, which is to be converted into a logarithmic term, is applied to a log element first, and the log element is nothing but PN junction diode. So here you have to write everything very clearly so that it will become very simple for deriving the derivation at the output. So V in is the input voltage DC mark plus minus sign, apply it to the PN junction diode and show that the voltage is measured across the diode, that is Vd. So the voltage measured across the diode is it in between anode terminal and cathode terminal. So in this way, voltage across diode is nothing but potential difference between left hand side point, that is your anode, and right hand side point, that is cathode. So it is a very simple. Thereafter, cathode terminal is connected to the inverting input terminal of the op amp, because this op amp is used in inverting mode. Therefore, cathode terminal is connected to the inverting input terminal of the op amp, and feedback resistor is used RF. And feedback resistor is used RF, and RF's another end is connected to the output. Now we have to show V in, we have to show Vd. Now when you apply any DC voltage, current will start flowing through the diode. So we have to show ID also, that is the diode current. This point all of you know in op amp, whenever output is feedback to input, this point called as a point, and it is a virtual ground. Therefore here you have to mark A. So incoming current ID will get little bit absorbed by the op amp, because very less amount of current flows to the input of the op amp due to its very high internal resistance. Therefore input current ID, when it comes to the point A, it gets divided into two branches. One is called IB, that is base current, which is present in the transistor, which is present inside the op amp. For that it is a base current, and this some part of that ID is going to be absorbed. A very little part of the ID is going to absorb as a base current by the operational amplifier, and maximum current of the ID, 99.99% you can say, is diverted to the feedback path, that is to the feedback resistor RF, and therefore here the current flowing through the feedback resistor RF is IF, which is very large as compared to the IB. So in this way, these three currents you have to mention very carefully. Current flowing through the diode ID, point A, current going to op amp IB, which is very less, doesn't matter, and feedback current IF, and there is a feedback resistor IF. So if you draw this diagram very carefully, then it is very simple to derive the derivation for anti-log amplifier. Anti-log amplifier. Now let us start for the derivation. So when we start the derivation, we have to start from left hand side. We have to apply Kirchhoff's voltage law. We have to apply potential difference logic. We have to apply Kirchhoff's current law. Then again we have to go to this path. We cannot go inside the op amp because input resistance is very high. So that is a standard procedure to remember, then we will go in the feedback path, and again we will what? Go to apply the potential difference logic to calculate the voltage across RF, and we will also use the Ohm's law. So this will be our path: left hand side, then across diode, then point A, and then towards the RF resistor, and then RF. Okay. Now here, let me tell you one simple logic. You can see here VD is the voltage across diode. So voltage across diode is measured such that one terminal of the multimeter is connected to anode and another terminal of the multimeter is connected to cathode. And anode terminal is nothing but input voltage V in. Cathode terminal is nothing but virtual ground point, that is VA, here VA. So you can say that VD is nothing but simply potential difference between anode voltage and cathode voltage. So VD we can write as VA minus, sorry, V in. VD we can write as V in minus VA. And in the same manner, when you talk about measuring the voltage across feedback resistor RF, we will connect the voltmeter here such that one terminal of the voltmeter to the left hand side of the RF and one terminal of the voltmeter to the right hand side of the RF. So what the voltmeter is doing? Measuring the potential difference between this point and this point, left hand point and right hand point. So what is the left hand point? Left hand point is junction point of A, that is VA. And what is right hand point? Right hand point is the output of op amp. So voltage across feedback resistor VRF can be also given as VA minus Vout. VA minus Vout. But here it is V in minus VA. Here it is V in minus VA, because right hand side voltage is always subtracted from left hand side voltage. Right hand side voltage is subtracted from left hand side voltage, so that you have to remember. And other things you know very well: Kirchhoff's current law, then Ohm's law. So these are the basic things which you are going to apply. So let us start for the derivation now. Now in this case, what we have to prove? Remember our target. Our target is, we want to prove that output of this circuit is proportional to the anti-log of input voltage. Output of this circuit is proportional to the anti-log of V input voltage. That's why it is called anti-log amplifier. Okay, let us start. And that is what I said here. Vout is directly proportional to anti-log of input voltage. Vout is directly proportional to anti-log of input voltage. That may be to the base 10, or that may be to the natural logarithm, that is log to the base e. So that is comes into the proportionality constant if you convert e log to the base e to the log to the base 10 by 2.303. Now in above diagram, point A is a virtual ground, VA. So all of you know that whenever the feedback is done here, this point of the op amp is called virtual ground, and this point is having a voltage 0. So here in above diagram, point A is called a virtual ground, VA is equal to 0. The voltage across PN junction diode VD is potential difference between V in and VA, and is given by equation VD. VD is the voltage across diode. So VD is the voltage across diode, and it is the potential difference between left hand side voltage and right hand side voltage. So VD is nothing but potential difference between left hand side voltage and right hand side voltage. So left hand side there is a V in, and right hand side there is a VA. Where is VA? VA is here, virtual ground point. So VD is equal to, very simple, VA minus, so V in minus VA. VD is equal to V in minus VA. That is a potential difference logic. So here the voltage across PN junction diode VD is a potential difference between input voltage V in, and which is on the left hand side, and VA, which is on the right hand side. So VD is equal to V in minus VA. But VA is equal to 0 volt. Why? Because it is a virtual ground. Therefore VD equal to V in. VD equal to V in, and this will be our first equation just by applying the logic of potential difference. Now let us proceed ahead. As I told you, we have to start from this side. First of all, we have calculated VD by potential difference logic. Then we'll come here, and here we'll apply Kirchhoff's current law. So Kirchhoff's current law, when you apply at the junction A, all of you know that what is the Kirchhoff's current law? Algebraic sum of incoming current is equal to algebraic sum of outgoing current. Here there is only one incoming current ID and two outgoing currents IF and IB. Therefore we can write ID is a diode current, ID equal to IB plus IF. So here same thing is given. By applying Kirchhoff's current law at a point A, we can write down input current ID is equal to base current which is going to the op amp plus feedback current IF, which is going to the feedback resistor. But as I told you that IB is very less, but IB is very less as compared to feedback current. What is the proof? Input resistance of op-amp is very high. Therefore, when IB is very less as compared to IF, we can neglect IB. We can neglect IB in comparison with large value of IF, and we can write diode current ID equal to feedback current IF. Diode current ID is equal to feedback current IF, and therefore it is said that 99.99% this ID, incoming current ID, gets diverted to the feedback path. Therefore, IF equal to ID. These two are almost same. So here, this is the equation. Then now let us go to the next part. Let us write the equation for VRF, voltage across feedback resistor, by using the logic of potential difference between VA and Vout. So here, as I told you, we have to start from this side. We came to this point. Now we cannot go inside the op-amp. Input resistance is high. So let us go to this path only through which our feedback current is going. Then we come to this point and we observe RF. So we have to write down the voltage across RF by two logic. Logic number one, by using Ohm's law, V is equal to I into R. So I is the current flowing through the feedback resistor, IF, and RF is the value of resistor. That is one logic. Another logic, when you want to measure voltage across this feedback resistor, you'll connect the voltmeter here, one terminal of the voltmeter to the left hand and another terminal of the voltmeter to the right hand. So that is a potential difference. So that is said that VRF, voltage across feedback, is equal to VA minus Vout. And let us go to that now. So here V by VRF can be given by a potential difference logic. VRF is equal to VA minus Vout is equal to VRF, or you can write VRF is equal to VA minus Vout. But VA is equal to 0 volt, virtual ground. But remember here, VA minus Vout you have to write down. VA minus Vout, because right hand side is your what? Output voltage, and left hand side is your what? Virtual ground point. So this is important. Otherwise, minus sign you will not get henceforth. So VA minus Vout is equal to VRF, but VA is equal to 0 volt. So let us proceed. Therefore, minus Vout is equal to VRF. Minus Vout is equal to VRF. We have simply changed the terminal here. Minus Vout is put the 0 here, and minus Vout is equal to VRF. So like this. Now by using Ohm's law, V is equal to I into R, we can write the same voltage across feedback resistor by this logic. VRF is equal to IF into RF. IF is the current flowing through feedback resistor. RF is the value of feedback resistor. But from equation number 2, ID is equal to IF. From equation number 2, already we have derived ID is equal to IF. Therefore, let us substitute that ID is equal to IF. From equation number 2, ID is equal to IF. And then what you will get? Let us write ID is equal to IF. That is, let us write the equation for VRF by using the logic of potential difference. So that we have done. So now here by equation 2, we can write VRF minus Vout is equal to VRF using Ohm's law. This we have written. So ID is equal to IF. ID equal to IF, and now let us see here. In this equation, VRF is given as minus Vout. And now in this equation, VRF is given as IF into RF, where IF is equal to ID. Therefore, VRF is equal to ID into RF. Equation number 4 and 5 are representing same value of voltage across feedback resistor. One is represented by potential difference logic and another is represented by Ohm's law. Therefore, equating these two equations when they are saying same thing, so we can equate the equation, and after equating you will get Vout, minus sign will take on this side, Vout equal to minus ID into RF. Vout equal to minus ID into RF. And by this time what we have done, we have used simply the logic of potential difference, logic of Kirchhoff's current law, and logic of Ohm's law. V is equal to I into R. So this till you have to come out the Vout. Now Vout is equal to minus ID into RF. Now we have to use the equation for the diode current. So using the equation for a diode current, which already we have studied in log amplifier, and how does the diode behaves as a log element. So that ID is equal to IS is reverse saturation current, into E raised to VD, means voltage across the diode, divided by eta. Eta is the equality factor, and Vt. Vt is your thermal voltage. So this equation you have to remember, as I told, Id equal to Is into e raised to Vd divided by eta into Vt. Now what we'll do here, this ID will substitute in this equation. This ID will substitute in this equation, that is equation number 6. Therefore, V out is equal to, minus sign will remain as it is. Instead of ID, we will write down, this RF will also be as it is. So instead of ID, we will write down Is into e raised to Vd divided by eta into Vt. In this way, this is our output voltage equation. Now we want to prove that. Don't forget, we want to prove that the output voltage is anti-log of V in. Anti-log of V in. So what we'll do now in this equation, let us take all constant terms. RF is constant, your V out is output voltage. So all these terms will take on one side, and exponential term will keep on the one side. So here exponential term is only 1 e raised to Vd divided by eta into Vt. So this will keep on the right hand side, and this term will take on the left hand side. So in this way here, by arranging this, then we'll come to know that, okay, what is Vd? Vd is nothing but V in. That is from equation number 1 only. You might have been forgotten. Equation number 1 only, Vd is equal to V in. That is a potential difference logic. Vd is equal to V in. So let us substitute that Vd is equal to V in this equation now. So here, but from equation number 1, Vd is equal to V in, that is voltage across the diode. So here, V out upon Rf into Is equal to minus e raised to, instead of Vd now, here we are writing V in, eta into Vt, and this will be equation number 9. Let us proceed now next. Now here, this equation number 9, if you read or if you observe very carefully, you will find out that e raised to x, x is nothing but V in divided by eta into Vt. So e raised to whatever that term is there, that term is itself is anti-log. That term itself is a anti-log, and you can say that, sir, V out is equal to this Rf and Is. If you take on that side, V out is the anti-log of V in. Exponential term itself anti-log. V out is an anti-log of V in. So here that is written, here only V out is the anti-log of log to the base, anti-log to the base e, anti-log to the base e of V in, because exponential term is anti-log. But suppose if you want to say that no, we want only in the form of V out is equal to anti-log of V in, then very simple, we will proceed for that. Or let us prove that by taking natural log, that is log to the base e, or let us prove that by taking natural log, that is log to the base e, on both sides of above equation. So what is above equation? Above equation already represent e raised to something exponential value is a anti-log. So here we will take natural log on both sides. So log to the base e of this particular V out upon Rf into Is, bracket close, and then again log to the base e. So here, if you take the logarithmic natural log to the base e of that particular V out upon Rf into Is, I will put into the bracket, equal to minus log to the base e of what? E raised to V in divided by eta into Vt. So here log to the base e of e raised to, because we have taken the log on both sides. So here you don't forget that it is log to the base e, and that is e raised to x, that is x is V in divided by eta into Vt. Now we can use the logic, log to the base e of e raised to x is equal to, x will be taken on this side, this x will be taken on this side, x into log to the base e of e, x to the log to the base e of e, and log to the base e of e is 1. Therefore here, when I took this side, V in upon eta into Vt, what remains? Log to the base e of e remains, and that is 1. That's why I have not written. And minus sign is at it. It is log to the base e is there of V out divided by Rf into Is. Now what we'll do it here? This equation is left hand side is logarithmic to the base e, right hand side there is no log. Now taking anti-log on both sides of above equation, taking anti-log on both sides of above equation. So here anti-log into log to the base e bracket close, this whatever term equal to anti-log of this bracket, anti-log of this into the bracket V in eta into V2. And all of you know that log and anti-log will get cancelled to each other. Log and anti-log will get cancelled to each other. Remains V out divided by RF into IS. So what I will do, I will put V out here only equal to, and this RF and IS I will take on that side. And now you will come to know that our output is nothing but V out is equal to minus RF into IS anti-log of V in eta Vt, anti-log of V in divided by eta into Vt. And in this way, this is the final equation which I have put into the blue bracket, and that equation communicates you that V out is directly proportional to the anti-log to the base 10 you can say, or to the base e you can say, because proportionality constant is there, of V in, of V in. So in this way, you got succeeded in proving that V out is the anti-log of V in, and this is the derivation for your this thing. Now we'll proceed for the next topic, which is called as log amplifier only but using transdiode. Log amplifier only but using transdiode and op-amp. Now what is a transdiode? Transdiode is diode constructed by using transistor. Diode constructed by using transistor. So in case of a transdiode, so I have shown you the symbol. You know that in case of a transistor, either NPN or PNP. Now we'll talk about NPN. In NPN, there are three layers: N-type material, P-type material, and again N-type material. And there are two junctions, J1 junction and J2 junction. J1 junction we call junction between collector and base. J2 junction we call junction between base and emitter. And I think so both the junctions, if you remember, both the junctions are PN junction because base is common. Base is common. So here, this is a transistor which I have represented: collector, base, and emitter. Now this transistor, if you want to use as a diode, because inside the transistor there are two PN junctions. Out of that two, we want only one. So what we will do? Base will connect to the real ground. Real ground means ground of our dual power supply. And collector will connect to the virtual ground. And in this way, then you can say that the collector to base junction is as good as short circuited, and what remains there? Emitter to base junction remains, and that emitter to base junction will act as PN junction diode. Therefore, I have written here drawn a bidirectional arrow. This diode is equivalent to this transistor, in which base is directly connected to the real ground and collector is connected to the virtual ground. So it is an NPN transistor. So what is remaining here? See, this P is common. This PN junction is now short circuited, collector to base, and what PN junction remains? P and N between base and emitter. So this remains active. So in this way, a transdiode is nothing but diode fabricated by using transistor. And all mathematical operations and derivation, 90% it is same. All mathematical operations and derivation, 90% it is same as of log amplifier by using PN junction diode. So only in case of PN junction, transistor comes there. Now all of you know that in log amplifier by using PN junction diode, the log element is a diode and that is in feedback path. You recall log amplifier by using PN junction diode, when we studied, the PN junction diode as a log element is used in feedback path. Now instead of PN junction diode, we have to use transdiode, and this is a transdiode. So diagram is also very simple. So immediately we'll understand. See here now, in case of our log amplifier by using PN junction diode, here was the diode, and this diode is replaced by a transistor. Where the base of transistor is connected to the real ground, means ground of the op-amp. And see, the collector of the transistor is connected to the point A, and point A is what? Virtual ground. So that is what I said here. Collector of transistor you connect to the virtual ground, that is to the point A. And in this way now you can say that base to collector junction is short circuited. base to collector junction is short circuited and that PN junction is disabled, and this PN junction between emitter and base will remain there as active, and in this way this transistor will start working as a diode, and therefore it is called transdiode. So entire thing is, everything is same. Vin is applied to the log amplifier, that is DC plus minus. It is applied through input resistance Rin. Therefore, In current starts flowing. So indicate all these things. Therefore, point A is here. Whenever incoming current comes to the point A, gets diverted into IB and IC. Now here IC. Why IC? Because there is a collector current. And now we remember here what we have written in front of IC. IC is equal to ID. Now we'll come to know that why IC is equal to ID, because this is a collector current, but in this case collector and base are short circuited, therefore this entire transistor works as a diode, and therefore collector current is equal to diode current. Collector current is equal to diode current. So that you have to remember in this case. And now here look at this diagram. Earlier we used to say here VD, voltage across diode, but now we are saying VBE, base emitter. VBE, base and emitter, because base to emitter PN junction is active, and therefore this is VBE. Then you will say VBE is also the voltage across a diode which is active, because this diode is disabled. Therefore we can also say that VBE is equal to VD, and that we are coming to the derivation. But here only you try to understand this voltage between base and emitter we have written, not between collector and emitter, because collector is short circuited with base. Therefore this point is short circuited with base. Therefore this voltage is between base and emitter. This voltage is between base and emitter. So here there is no collector and emitter voltage, because collector is short circuited with the base. How it is short circuited? Collector is connected to the virtual ground point, and virtual ground and this real grounds get short circuited to each other. And therefore only one junction remains active, that is base to emitter junction, and therefore we can say that VB is equal to VD. And if you understood this diagram, everything is same, as this only diode is replaced by a transdiode. Here instead of ID it is come IC, but IC is equal to ID only, and VB is equal to VD only. So in this way we'll start deriving, and from left hand side we have to start again. Same steps are applied. Left hand side we have to start, we have to apply Ohm's law. We have to write V is equal to I into R, then V is equal to V in is equal to R in into I in. Then come to this point, apply Kirchhoff's current law, then write the equation, then don't enter into the op amp, follow this path, then write the equation for the voltage across VBE by potential difference logic, and by using a logic of what? You can say that the ID current flowing through the diode. So we'll start for that now. So we want to prove that Vout is proportional to log to the base E of V in. We want to prove that Vout is proportional to log to the base E of the V in, that is to natural log. Remember, we are again going to study the log amplifier, but only in case of PN junction diode there is a transdiode. So you will come to know that most of the steps are same. We want to prove that Vout is the proportional to the log to the base E of the V in. In above diagram, V in is equal to I in into R in by using Ohm's law. Therefore I in is equal to V in divided by R in. Then this part is over, VIR. Come to this point, I in is equal to IB plus IF, Kirchhoff's current law. I in is equal to IB plus IF, but IF is collector current IC. But this collector current is also equal to diode current, because this transistor behaves as a diode. So let us proceed for that. So here In is equal to IB plus IC, but IB is very low as compared to IC, because input resistance of op amp is very high. Therefore neglecting small values of IB in comparison with the large value of IC, we can write In equal to IC. So this is our equation number 3rd. Therefore if In is equal to IC, therefore In already we have got here V in upon R in. So we can write IC is equal to V in divided by R in. And this IC collector current is nothing but diode current. So here in above diagram, transistor is equivalent of PN junction diode, that is transdiode. Therefore collector current is equal to diode current ID. Therefore IC is equal to V in divided by R in, sorry, IC is equal to V in divided by R in, and that IC is equal to ID, therefore ID equal to V in divided by R in. So equation number 4. Now here in above diagram, base is directly connected to the real ground and collector is connected to virtual ground point A. That is what I told you. In above diagram, base is directly connected to the real ground and collector is connected to the virtual ground point A. VA is equal to 0. Therefore, collector to base junction is short circuited and emitter to base junction PN junction is not short circuited, that is active. So that is what we have given here only. In above diagram, base is directly connected to the real ground and collector is connected to the virtual ground point A where VA is equal to 0 volt. Therefore, collector to base junction is short circuited and base to emitter junction is active. So here, therefore, transistor is equivalent of PN junction diode between base and emitter junction. Therefore, transistor is equivalent of PN junction diode between base and emitter, that is called transdiode. So let us write the equation for VBE. Now we have to write down the equation for VBE by using the logic of potential difference between VA and Vout. Because see, steps are very simple, same. We have to come from this side, we have to apply Ohm's law, we have to apply here current law, then go here, and now VBE. VBE is what? Voltage across this terminal and this terminal. So when you connect a voltmeter here, this terminal is VA and this terminal is Vout. So in this way here, Vout minus VA will be VB. So that is the logic. So let us see here. So in this case here, VA minus Vout. Left hand side is VA, right hand side is the Vout. So here, let us write the equation for VBE by using the logic of potential difference between VA and Vout, as VB is equal to VA minus Vout. VB is equal to VA minus Vout, equation number 5. But VA is a virtual ground, so 0 volt. So VB is equal to Vout. VBE is equal to Vout. But again, don't forget that this VBE means voltage between base and emitter is the voltage across PN junction diode between base and emitter, because collector and base are short circuited. So here see, in above diagram, VB is the voltage across PN junction diode between base and emitter. Therefore, VB is equal to VD. VB is equal to VD, voltage across diode, and IC is equal to ID. That already we have studied. IC is equal to ID and VB is equal to VD. Therefore, if you use this equation, VB is a VD, then you will get the equation what? VD is equal to minus Vout. VD equal to minus Vout. And in this way here, we want to calculate the value of this VD, voltage across diode. We want to calculate the value of this VD, means voltage across diode. Then you will get output voltage. Let us calculate VD by using diode current equation. Because inside the PN junction diode, there is a junction capacitor, and that diode current equation is derived already. ID equal to IS, reverse saturation current, into e raised to exponential e raised to VD divided by eta into VT. Here in this way, we have to now rearrange the terms. So let us see here. Rearranging the terms of current on the left hand side, ID and IS will take on the left hand side. E raised to VD divided by eta into VT. But again here you don't forget what is VD. Try to understand. What is VD? VD is nothing but the voltage across a diode which is exist in between base and emitter. Because collector to base diode we have short circuited by connecting base to the real ground and collector to the virtual ground. So this diode is short circuited. Only this diode remains. So that is VD. VBE is equal to VD. So in this way here now, when you come talk about this VD, so let us come to this. Yes, VD is equal to minus Vout, and we have to calculate the VD by using diode current equation. ID is equal to this fact, and let us take this current terms on one side, and exponential term on other side. So in this way, like this, it is there. Now we'll proceed. Our target is what? We want to prove that the output voltage is logarithmic of input. So now here you have to take natural log, that is log to the base e on both sides, and same things are repeated. So here log to the base e of id upon is equal to log to the base e of e raised to vd upon eta into vt, of e raised to e raised to vd upon eta into vt. And again same thing, using log to the base e raised to x, this x will come here, and what will remain? Log to the base e to the e. So log to the base e to the e is 1. Therefore here if I took left hand side as it is and right hand side, what I will do? E raised to x, x is vd divided by eta into vt. So this entire term x I will take on this side. So here what should remain? Log to the base e of e should remain here, and that is 1. Therefore we have not written. So this is equation number 12. Now from equation number 8, Vd is equal to Vout. What is Vd? Vd is equal to Vout. That is what from where we started here. Vd is equal to minus Vout. From equation number 8, Vd is equal to minus Vout, and that we have to substitute here. So Vd equal to minus Vout. So here left hand side is as it is. On the right hand side, instead of Vd there is a minus Vout, and I have written it bold because this is our final derivation. Now after 2 steps only you will get the answer. Minus Vout divided by eta into Vt. So this is equation number 12. Now rearrange the term because our target is Vout. So Vout is equal to this minus sign. Now we'll take on this side. This eta into V2, which is divided by here, will get multiplied here. Eta into Vt log to the base e of id into is. Now what is id? id is the current flowing through the diode. id is the current flowing through the diode, but we have calculated for id, and id is equal to Vin divided by Rin. So let us go to that now. In the beginning only we have calculated here. So Vin divided by Rin, Vin is equal to In into Rin, and In is equal to Vin divided by Rin. But here in this case, next step what we had said, that IC is equal to ID. IC is equal to ID because collector current is 99% equal to collector current is equal to diode current, because this is a diode entirely, and this incoming current is 99% equal to what? Diode current. So in this way we have derived the equation for ID, and what is that ID? ID is equal to Vin divided by Rin. So here we have to substitute that, and ID is equal to Vin divided by Rin. We have substituted. Rest thing is as it is. See here, Vout is as it is, minus eta into Vt as it is, log to the base e as it is. Only here instead of ID we have written Vin upon Rin, and then Is is as it is. So now in this equation you can substitute, or if you don't want, no problem, eta into Vt. Vt is equal to Kt upon Q. So in this way here Vout is equal to minus eta Kt upon Q log to the base e into bracket Vin divided by Rin into Is. And this is final equation our. I have put into the same equation, I have put into the blue square bracket. This equation indicates that output voltage is, these all are constant, eta constant, K constant, T constant, Q constant. So here output voltage is logarithmic term of input voltage, log to the base e, logarithmic term of input voltage. That's why it is said Vout is directly proportional to log to the base 10. Again if you take 2.303, one more constant will come, nothing is there. So in this way you have proved that your transdiode, means diode manufactured by using